Hi there, this is Jill. Jill Speaks Wisdom, talking about narcissistic abuse. And today I want to talk about how the narcissistic parent, prioritizes themselves over and above their own children. Some of us, if we have children, we typically will put their needs first. But narcissists don't necessarily think that they have to. I'm just thinking back, I thought my parents were relatively okay. But when I think back to some of the things, I realized that they were very selfish. And they didn't really take my needs into account, even as, a young person. So the narcissist will always put their individual needs above the needs of their children and others. I just did a little example. I mean, it's nothing really big, but I remember when I was a child, my parents, I would sleep upstairs, and my parents would be right down in the living room, and they'd always have company. They'd have people visiting, and they'd be drinking, and they would be getting louder. And as a kid of like 10, I was like, God, they're so loud, I'm trying to sleep. And they're down there drinking, carrying on, and we're talking till like 1 a.m., whatever, I don't know, early in the wee hours of the morning. And I, as a young kid, yelled down the stairs, be quiet, I'm trying to sleep. And, that was met with hostility. Like, how dare I tell them to be quiet? It is their house. Not caring at all about, me not being able to sleep and, all of that. So, it's just things like that. They didn't take my needs into account. It was about them and their company. And, you would think that they would want people to leave and, oh, gee, I guess we weren't realizing our daughter, she is trying to sleep. And nope, it just kept going on and on. That's just one example. I'm sure you guys have way worse examples. That's just one. But Jill Speaks Wisdom. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.